Chapter 1. A Spark in the Desert. In the quiet, dusty streets of Albuquerque, New Mexico, a young boy wanders, his eyes wide, his heart racing with questions, with wonder. His name is Jeff Bezos, but he's just a kid, barely 10 years old, a kid with dreams too big for any one person to hold. For Jeff, the world isn't a simple place. It's a puzzle, waiting to be solved. Every sound, every object, every question fuels him. He's hungry, restless, always looking for more. And one thing is certain, Jeff Bezos is no ordinary child. Even at this age, Jeff is different. His mind races with thoughts, ideas that seem to come from a place beyond his years. He's fascinated by machines, by the way things work, by the why and how of everything around him. His mom tells stories of how he'd take his toys apart just to figure out how they moved, how they fit together. "Jeff," she'd say, smiling as she watched her son hard at work, "aren't you going to put it back together?" And he'd look up with those wide, curious eyes and say, "I will, but I have to understand it first." He isn't just tearing things apart. No, he's studying them, learning from them, letting each piece reveal a secret, a hint to some greater mystery. Jeff isn't satisfied with surface answers. He wants the truth, the why behind everything. His curiosity is like a fire, growing stronger with every question he asks, every answer he finds. To the people around him, he's just a smart kid with a few quirks. But in reality, he's on a path that will one day change the world. One clear night, Jeff stands outside, gazing up at the stars. His family watches him, wondering what he's thinking, what he sees when he looks up at that vast, endless sky. For Jeff, the stars aren't just tiny lights, they're worlds, each one holding mysteries, adventures, possibilities. He dreams of flying among them, of building something that would make the impossible possible. "Someday," he whispers to himself, "someday, I'm going to be out there." Days turn into weeks, weeks into years, and Jeff's curiosity only grows stronger. His room is filled with books, gadgets, and toys half disassembled, each one a piece of his education. He reads about planets, about the galaxy, about technology. He studies maps, learns about rockets, and wonders how humans could go beyond Earth. He dreams big, far bigger than anyone around him can imagine. But even with these grand dreams, Jeff is still just a boy, driven by a spark that won't go out. At school, he's known for his focus, for his constant questions. Teachers notice the way he listens, the way his eyes light up when he learns something new. They see the potential, the fire inside him. His friends sometimes don't understand why he's so intense, so serious. "Why don't you just relax, Jeff?" they say, laughing. But Jeff just smiles. He's got plans, ideas that go beyond the games they play, ideas that keep him up at night, wondering, imagining, dreaming. And his dreams aren't just dreams. They're a vision, a calling. In Jeff's mind, he sees a future where he builds something that could reach across the world, or even the universe. He doesn't know exactly what it is yet, but he can feel it. A drive, a force pushing him forward. It's as if the stars he stares at every night are guiding him, whispering to him, "Keep going, Jeff. There's so much more to see." One day, his mom finds him in the garage, surrounded by parts and pieces, working on a strange little project. "What are you up to now, Jeff?" she asks, laughing. But Jeff just looks up, his face lit with excitement, his hands still moving, adjusting, fixing. "I'm building something, Mom," he says, a spark of pride in his voice. He can't explain it, but he knows. He's learning, growing, preparing for something far bigger. To the people around him, Jeff is a curious boy with an unusual passion for science, for knowledge. But to Jeff, he's a boy on a mission, even if he doesn't fully understand what that mission is yet. He feels like a pioneer, a trailblazer, ready to explore, to discover, to push the boundaries of what's possible. As the years pass, Jeff's love for learning grows, and so does his ambition. The world feels small, his dreams too big to fit into any one place. He feels like he's on the edge of something grand, something that could change everything. And he knows deep down that one day he will make a difference. He will follow that spark, that drive, that relentless curiosity, and it will take him places he can't even begin to imagine. The boy with stars in his eyes, the boy who dreamed of building, of creating, of reaching beyond, will one day do it all. But for now, he's just Jeff, a kid in Albuquerque, wandering the streets with a spark in his heart, a spark that will grow into a flame. Chapter 2. Tinkering with Destiny. Jeff's fingers work swiftly, carefully, unscrewing a small metal plate, peeling it back to reveal the mysteries hidden inside. To most people, it's just a broken alarm clock, a discarded radio, a piece of junk. But to Jeff, it's a puzzle, a challenge he's determined to solve. Every wire, every screw, every tiny component holds a story, a secret. And he wants to understand them all. He's in the garage, surrounded by his dad's old tools, which he's claimed as his own. Hammers, screwdrivers, pliers, each tool is a key, a way to unlock the hidden world within these machines. The air smells faintly of oil, metal, and dust. Sunlight streams in through a small window, casting a warm glow on Jeff's focused face, his brow furrowed in concentration. His world has shrunk to this workbench, to this moment, to the thrill of discovery. What makes it tick? He mutters under his breath, his eyes scanning each piece, looking for patterns, for connections. He takes his time, moving with care, his young mind racing with questions. What makes it beep? What makes the clock's hands move? Why does it stop working? These questions fill his mind, filling him with a sense of purpose he doesn't fully understand, yet. Sometimes things don't go as planned. A wire snaps, a circuit breaks, a piece refuses to fit. Frustration flares, but only for a second. Jeff pauses, lets out a breath, and tries again. He's not afraid of failure. No, to him, failure is part of the process, a step toward understanding. Each mistake brings a lesson. Each failed attempt is another chance to get it right. One day, while working on an old transistor radio, he accidentally crosses two wires, and zap! A tiny spark, a flash, and the radio goes dead. He jumps back, his heart racing, fingers tingling. "Whoa!" he exclaims, staring wide-eyed at the small scorch mark on the wire. His mom rushes in, alarmed. "Jeff, are you okay?" she asks, worry etched on her face. But Jeff just grins, holding up the radio, his eyes sparkling with excitement. "I'm fine, Mom. I just learned what not to do." For most kids, that spark would be a warning to stop, to back away. But not for Jeff. To him, it's a challenge, a sign that he's on the right path, even if that path is a little electrifying. He's learning with each twist of a screwdriver, with each failed experiment. Little does he know that these moments, these sparks, these small setbacks are building something inside him, something invisible yet powerful. Resilience. As the months go by, Jeff's projects grow more ambitious. He starts building his own gadgets, piecing together parts from different devices to create something entirely new. An old doorbell becomes an alarm system for his room. A broken flashlight gets a makeover and becomes his workshop light. He isn't just fixing things, he's inventing, creating, experimenting. Each project feels like a step closer to something. Something he can't quite name but feels pulling him forward, urging him to keep going. One summer afternoon, he decides to build a robot. It's a crazy idea, way beyond anything he's done before, but that only makes him more excited. He sketches out his plan, drawing gears and wires, imagining a little metal friend who could help him with his projects. He spends days gathering parts, finding bits of wire and scraps of metal. Slowly, carefully, he begins to build piece by piece, wire by wire. The first attempt doesn't go well. The robot's arm falls off. The second attempt, the motor jams. But Jeff doesn't give up. He tries again, over and over, learning with each failure, adjusting his design, testing new ideas. Maybe if I move this, tighten that, connect this, he murmurs, hands moving with practiced ease, his mind whirring with possibilities. Days turn into weeks, and finally, he has a small, clunky robot, a creation that barely moves, with wires poking out in all directions. It's not perfect, far from it, but to Jeff, it's a masterpiece, a victory. He grins, wiping the sweat from his brow, staring proudly at his creation. He knows it could be better, faster, smoother, but for now, he's just happy it works. Each project, each small invention brings him closer to understanding himself. He realizes he loves creating things, loves the thrill of seeing an idea come to life, loves the challenge of turning impossible into possible. With every gadget he builds, he feels a sense of purpose, a feeling that grows stronger every day. But it's more than just a hobby. It's a calling. Jeff may not realize it yet, but each failure, each bold experiment is preparing him for something far bigger. Life won't always be as simple as a broken clock or a faulty radio. He'll face obstacles that test his strength, his willpower, his resilience. But through each challenge, he'll remember these days, these lessons, these moments when he learned to keep trying, no matter how tough it got. One evening, as he finishes up a project, he looks out the window at the setting sun, a quiet determination settling over him. One day, he whispers, his voice barely audible, I'm going to build something big. He doesn't know what it is yet, but he can feel it, that sense of destiny, of something just out of reach, waiting for him. As he turns back to his workbench, his eyes filled with purpose, his heart racing with excitement, he knows one thing for certain. He's not afraid to try, not afraid to fail, not afraid to keep going, even when the path seems impossible. Jeff's journey has only just begun, but with each turn of a screwdriver, each spark of inspiration, he's shaping his future, and the future of the world. Chapter 3: The Influence of Family. Jeff's world is full of wonder and discovery, but behind every dream, every daring experiment, stands a family that believes in him, guides him, grounds him. His family is his anchor, his support, his teachers, and each one of them leaves a mark on his heart that will shape the man he will one day become. There's his grandfather, Pop, a man of quiet wisdom and skill. Pop's ranch in Texas is more than just a place to visit. It's a world of lessons, stories, and experiences. Jeff loves those summer days spent on the ranch, working side by side with his grandfather. He watches Pop repair fences, fix machinery, take care of the animals, a man who can solve just about any problem with a steady hand and a sharp mind. Jeff looks up to him with awe, noticing how Pop moves with calm and confidence, how he's never rattled by challenges, big or small. A man's got to take care of his own, Pop often says, his eyes kind but focused. And Jeff listens, soaking in every word, every lesson. One hot afternoon, they're fixing a broken tractor together. Jeff's small hands struggle with the heavy tools, but Pop encourages him, guides him patiently. Take your time, son, he says. Rushing won't get it done right. Jeff watches, learning not just how to fix a tractor, but how to face a challenge with patience and resolve. Every job worth doing is worth doing well, Pop reminds him, smiling. And Jeff nods, feeling a spark of pride as he tightens a bolt, feeling like he's part of something bigger, something strong. Then there's his grandmother, a woman with boundless energy and a heart that seems to overflow with kindness. She bakes cookies, tells stories, and shows Jeff the softer side of strength. She's the one who teaches him compassion, the power of kindness, the importance of caring for others. When Jeff is with her, he feels safe, loved, seen. She encourages his dreams, listens to his wild ideas, and laughs with him, her laughter filling the room with warmth. She believes in him, fully, unconditionally. One evening, after a long day on the ranch, she sits beside him on the porch, watching the stars begin to appear in the sky. "Jeffrey," she says softly, her voice warm, "always remember, no dream is too big. If you believe in it, and if you work hard for it, anything is possible." Jeff stares at her, wide-eyed, feeling those words sink deep into his heart. No dream is too big. He'll remember that. He'll hold on to those words. And then there's his mother, Jackie, his first and biggest supporter. She's more than just a mom. She's his champion, his encourager, his biggest fan. Jackie has always believed in Jeff, even when he's doing things that make other people scratch their heads. She's seen the spark in him since he was a baby, and she does everything she can to nurture it. She works hard, sacrifices, stands strong beside him. To her, Jeff isn't just her son. He's a force of nature, a boy with endless potential. When Jeff comes home excited, talking about his latest experiment or idea, she listens, really listens, even when she doesn't fully understand. She knows he's different, that he sees the world in a unique way, and she celebrates that, encourages it. "Jeff, never stop dreaming," she tells him one evening as they sit at the kitchen table. "This world needs people who dream big, who think big, people like you." And Jeff nods, feeling his mother's words settle in his heart, her belief giving him courage to keep going. Jeff's stepfather, Miguel, is quieter, more reserved, but his strength is unshakable. Miguel entered Jeff's life when he was just a boy, and over the years, he became a steady, guiding presence. He doesn't say much, but his actions speak volumes. He shows Jeff the power of consistency, of hard work, of quiet strength. When Jeff struggles, Miguel is there, solid and steady. He teaches him by example, showing him that sometimes words aren't needed, just a steady hand and a patient heart. One day, while working in the yard together, Miguel pauses, looking at Jeff with a serious expression. "Life isn't easy, Jeff," he says, his voice calm but firm. "But if you stay strong, if you work hard, there's nothing you can't overcome." Jeff feels those words hit him deeply, understanding in that moment that strength isn't always loud. Sometimes it's quiet, steady, and strong. Each family member is a piece of the puzzle, a thread in the tapestry of Jeff's life. They're not just people, they're his mentors, his guides, his foundation. Through them, he learns resilience, kindness, determination, and compassion. Through them, he understands the importance of family, of connection, of love. And as he grows, he realizes that these lessons, this influence, is a gift. It's something he'll carry with him, no matter where he goes, no matter what challenges he faces. When he's scared, he'll remember his grandfather's calm hands. When he feels doubt, he'll remember his grandmother's words about big dreams. When he feels lost, he'll remember his mother's belief in him. And when he feels overwhelmed, he'll remember Miguel's quiet strength. Family, he realizes, isn't just a part of his life. It's the heart of it, the steady, unwavering force that will carry him through every storm. And even as he dreams of distant galaxies, of uncharted possibilities, he knows that wherever he goes, however high he flies, he'll always carry a piece of them with him. As the years pass, Jeff's dreams will grow, his vision will sharpen, and he'll face challenges he can't yet imagine. But through it all, his family will be there, in his heart, in his mind, a powerful force, a reminder of where he came from, of who he is. Chapter 4. A Cosmic Dream. It's a quiet night and the stars are brighter than ever. Young Jeff Bezos lies on the cool grass in his backyard, eyes wide, gazing up at the endless, mysterious sky. He's still, hardly breathing, his heart racing with excitement, with wonder. To some, it's just a dark night with tiny, sparkling dots. But to Jeff, those stars are something else entirely. They're worlds, secrets, possibilities. They're a gateway to the unknown. The vastness of space calls to him, stirring something deep within, a feeling he can't explain, a longing that he doesn't fully understand. Lying there, he's more than just a boy in Albuquerque. His mind travels beyond Earth, beyond anything he's ever known. In this moment, he feels like an explorer, ready to discover, to dream, to go where no one has gone before. Why are we here? He whispers softly to himself, eyes tracing the constellations, trying to make sense of it all. What else is out there, beyond those stars? These questions fill his young mind, filling his heart with a sense of purpose, of wonder, of awe. Jeff knows one thing for sure. He wants to find out. Somehow, someday, he wants to go beyond, to touch the stars, to leave his mark on the universe. He thinks of astronauts, of rockets soaring through space, of galaxies and planets, of endless possibilities. The images fill his mind, painting a picture of a future he longs for, a future where humans don't just live on Earth but explore the cosmos, discover new worlds, push the boundaries of what's possible. It's a big dream, an impossible dream maybe. But for Jeff, it feels real, close, as if the stars themselves are urging him on, whispering, "Come find us, come see what lies beyond." Every night, he lies under the stars, letting his imagination soar, letting his dreams grow. He reads about space, studies the planets, learns about rockets and the incredible people who dared to explore the unknown. He dreams of being like them, bold, fearless, reaching out into the darkness with nothing but courage and a desire to discover. One night, he sits up, his eyes still on the stars, a determination building inside him. "I'm going to be a part of this," he says aloud, his voice strong, as if making a promise to the stars themselves. "One day, I'll help people reach space. I'll make it possible for anyone to go." The words surprise even him, but they feel right, powerful, like a path he's meant to follow. The dream is no longer just a vague wish. It's becoming a goal, a mission, his cosmic dream. As he grows older, that dream stays with him, filling him with a sense of purpose. When others talk about jobs, about careers, Jeff talks about space, about the future, about a world beyond Earth. Some of his friends laugh, shake their heads, think it's all just fantasy. "Space? That's crazy, Jeff. Why not pick something easier?" they say, smiling. But Jeff just shrugs, undeterred. He knows what he feels, what he wants. His dream isn't something he can ignore. It's a part of him, a spark that will not die. Even in school, his mind drifts back to space, to the endless stars above. His teachers notice his focus, his curiosity, his passion for science. They see the way his eyes light up when they talk about planets, about technology, about the future. And they know he's different. He's not just a student, he's a visionary, a dreamer, someone who sees possibilities that others overlook. One day, his teacher asks the class, "What do you want to be when you grow up?" Kids raise their hands eagerly, saying, "Doctor, lawyer, teacher." But when Jeff's turn comes, he doesn't hesitate. "I want to go to space," he says confidently, his eyes bright with conviction. The class falls silent. Some kids snicker, others stare in surprise. But Jeff doesn't care. He knows it's a big dream, a difficult dream. But it's his dream, and he's going to chase it. At home, he reads every book he can find about space, about rockets, about technology. He studies the lives of pioneers, of scientists and astronauts who dared to dream big, who dared to push the limits. They inspire him, fuel his passion, make him believe that his dream is possible. And every night, he lies under the stars, letting his imagination soar, letting his dream take shape. He thinks about his family, his friends, his community, wondering how he could bring them along on this journey, how he could make space accessible to everyone. He doesn't just want to see the stars. He wants everyone to experience the wonder, the awe, the beauty of the universe. He dreams of a world where space isn't just for a select few, but for anyone who dares to reach for the stars. Years will pass, and Jeff will grow up, face challenges, make sacrifices. But through it all, his cosmic dream will stay with him, guiding him, inspiring him, pushing him forward. He'll never forget those nights under the stars, the feeling of wonder, of possibility, of destiny calling him. And one day, that dream, that wild, impossible dream, will become a reality. For now, he's just a boy with a big dream, lying in his backyard, staring up at the stars. But those stars, they see him. They know him. They know that one day he'll come for them, that he'll make his mark on the universe. And as Jeff closes his eyes, letting the vastness of the cosmos fill his mind, he knows he's just getting started. Chapter 5. The First Ambitions. Jeff is no longer a kid, lying in the grass and dreaming of stars. Now, he's a teenager stepping into the halls of high school, his eyes sharp, his heart ready. There's something different about him now, a purpose, a fire. He's not just imagining the future, he's ready to shape it, to take those dreams and make them real. The boy with stars in his eyes is now a young man, with a fierce determination to succeed. He dives into his studies with everything he has, pouring himself into each subject. Math, science, technology. They're not just classes to him. They're tools, stepping stones towards something greater. Jeff's mind races with possibilities as he solves equations, runs experiments, and explores concepts that make his heart race. His teachers notice the way he stands out, the way he takes on challenges with a focus that's rare, even among the brightest students. They see it, they feel it. This kid isn't just smart, he's driven. But it's not easy. The pressure builds as his ambitions grow. Jeff's own expectations are sky high, and with each achievement, he feels the weight of them pressing down, whispering, more, more, more. Excellence becomes his standard, his goal. He doesn't want to be good. He wants to be the best. And to reach that level, he knows he has to push harder, work longer, give everything he has. There are nights he stays up late, his eyes straining over textbooks, his mind buzzing with information. There are mornings he wakes up exhausted, but ready to go, driven by the voice inside him that says, "Keep going." Jeff isn't just studying, he's challenging himself in every way. He joins clubs, takes on projects, and competes in science fairs, standing in front of judges, his voice steady, his hands confident. He knows what he's talking about. He's proud of what he's created. When he wins his first science fair, holding that trophy in his hands, he feels a rush of excitement, a taste of what success feels like. But even in that moment of triumph, he knows it's just the beginning. The prize isn't the end, it's the beginning of something far bigger. And yet, with each victory, each accomplishment, he feels the stakes rising. Success is thrilling, but it's also heavy. People start expecting greatness from him. Teachers, friends, family, they see his potential, and with each achievement, their expectations grow. "Jeff, you're going places," they say, smiling, patting him on the back. And while Jeff appreciates it, a part of him feels the weight, the pressure to live up to these expectations, to keep reaching higher. He tries to shake it off, to focus on his goals, his dreams. He reminds himself why he's doing all of this, because he wants to create, to explore, to change the world. But the pressure, it lingers. Every success is a reminder that the world is watching, waiting, hoping he'll go further. And Jeff knows he can't stop, can't settle, can't let them down. He's destined for something great, he can feel it. But with that feeling comes the fear. What if he falls short? One night, sitting at his desk, staring at a mountain of homework, he feels that weight pressing down harder than ever. His mind is tired, his body exhausted, but he can't stop, won't stop. "I have to do this," he tells himself, clenching his fists, pushing through the doubt, the fear, the exhaustion. He thinks of the stars, of his cosmic dream, of the future he's determined to create. "This is just the beginning," he whispers, steadying himself. "I'm going to make it. I have to." As he rises through the ranks of his high school, Jeff's reputation grows. He's the smart one, the focused one, the kid who seems destined for greatness. People start to notice him. Teachers pull him aside, counselors tell him about scholarships, about colleges. His life becomes a whirlwind of achievements, goals, plans, and dreams. And in the midst of it all, Jeff keeps his eye on the future, on that distant dream that pulls him forward, that fills him with hope, with purpose. But he knows this journey won't be easy. He'll face challenges he can't yet imagine, sacrifices he hasn't yet considered. The path to greatness is steep, lonely, filled with obstacles. Yet Jeff presses on, driven by something deep within, something that won't let him give up, no matter how hard it gets. And as he stands on the threshold of his future, he knows this is just the beginning. He's taken his first steps, set his first goals, felt his first taste of success. But the road ahead is long, and the stakes are high. He's ready for it, hungry for it. This fire inside him isn't going out. It's only growing, fueled by every triumph, every challenge, every dream. The boy who once lay in the grass, dreaming of stars, is now a young man with his sights set on the universe. His ambitions are big, bold, and they're only going to get bigger. Jeff doesn't just want to reach for the stars. He wants to change the world. And he's ready, with every part of him, to make that dream a reality. The journey has truly begun, and Jeff Bezos is just getting started. Before we begin, Chapter 6, a quick note for our listeners. You're currently listening to this audiobook on WooEnglish. Remember, this content is specially made for WooEnglish listeners only. If you're hearing it on any other channel, it may be a violation of WooEnglish's rights. Please ensure you're tuned into the right source to fully enjoy and respect this audiobook journey. Now, let's continue the story. Chapter 6, Princeton and the Path to Success. Jeff steps onto the campus of Princeton University, his heart racing with excitement, his eyes wide with wonder. This is it. The place he's been dreaming of, working for, striving toward. He's surrounded by towering buildings, centuries of knowledge, and the brightest minds from around the world. Princeton isn't just a university. It's a new world, a place where his dreams can finally take shape. From the moment he begins his classes, Jeff throws himself into his studies with an intensity that surprises even him. It's as if every day is a new adventure, every class a door to endless possibilities. Math, physics, economics. He absorbs it all like a sponge, soaking in every fact, every theory, every idea. His notebooks are filled with scribbled equations, notes, thoughts, ideas, each one leading him closer to the answers he's been seeking. But there's one field, one area of study that captures his mind like no other: computers. The moment Jeff lays his hands on a computer, he feels a thrill run through him, a spark of recognition. Computers are more than machines. They're powerful, capable of solving problems, processing information, reshaping the world. He watches in awe as codes and programs transform into something real, something useful. Jeff realizes that computers are the future. And he wants to be a part of that future, to harness this power, to create something new. He spends countless hours in the computer lab, his fingers flying over the keyboard, his mind racing with ideas. Late at night, when the campus is quiet, he's still there, eyes glued to the screen, lost in the world of programming, algorithms, and endless possibilities. His friends sometimes laugh, call him the computer guy. shake their heads at his obsession. But Jeff doesn't mind. For him, this isn't just school. It's passion. It's purpose. He's finally found something that feels like the path he's meant to walk. And with each passing day, his vision sharpens. The vague dreams he once had of space and exploration start to merge with this new love for technology. He begins to imagine a world connected by computers, a world where information flows freely, where people are empowered by technology. It's a big dream, bold and ambitious. But here, at Princeton, it doesn't feel impossible. It feels within reach. But even as he excels, as he discovers this new path, a question lingers at the back of his mind. Can he do it? Can he take these dreams, these ideas, and make them real? Princeton is full of brilliant minds, and Jeff sometimes feels the weight of competition, the pressure to stand out. There are times he doubts himself, moments when he wonders if he's really ready, if he's truly capable of achieving greatness. Yet every time doubt creeps in, Jeff pushes it aside. He remembers the lessons from his family, the spark that started in his heart as a child. He's not just here to study, to get a degree. He's here to change something, to create something new, something that could make a difference. And with each project, each line of code, each late night spent in the lab, he feels himself getting closer, feels his vision becoming clearer. One afternoon, while working on a challenging assignment, he has a breakthrough, a moment of clarity that fills him with excitement. He realizes that technology doesn't just connect machines, it can connect people. Ideas start to flood his mind. What if there was a way for people to buy anything they needed with just a few clicks? What if information, products, and services could be available instantly? His mind races, his heart pounds, as he begins to see the shape of something big, something transformative. As graduation approaches, Jeff feels a mixture of excitement and anxiety. He's learned so much, discovered so much, but he knows his journey is only beginning. The path ahead is still uncertain, the risks are high, the challenges even greater. He could take the safe route, follow a stable career path, make a comfortable living. Or he could take the leap, chase the wild, ambitious dream that's been building inside him. He wrestles with this decision, wondering what his next step should be. Friends tell him to play it safe, to take a secure job. Professors urge him to pursue research, to stay in the world of academia. But Jeff knows. Deep down, he knows he was made for something different, something big. The call of his dream is too strong to ignore, too powerful to set aside. And so, as he walks across the stage on graduation day, diploma in hand, he feels a surge of determination. This isn't the end. It's the beginning of a journey that will test him, challenge him, push him to his limits. He looks out at the crowd, at his family, his friends, his mentors. They've all helped him reach this point, given him the tools, the knowledge, the courage to chase his dreams. With a heart full of ambition, a mind sharpened by years of study, and a dream that's now clearer than ever, Jeff steps forward, ready to take on whatever comes next. He knows it won't be easy, knows there will be failures, setbacks, obstacles, but he's ready. He's prepared. The fire that began with a spark in the desert has grown into a blazing force, lighting his way forward. The path to success is just beginning, and Jeff Bezos is ready to leap. Chapter 7. The Choice of a Lifetime. Jeff Bezos stands in his office, surrounded by the hum and energy of Wall Street. The air is thick with ambition, the scent of power and success filling every corner. It's everything he once thought he wanted: security, stability, a fast-paced life at the heart of the financial world. He's good at his job, respected, with a future that promises all the rewards he could ask for. But something doesn't feel right. In the quiet moments, Jeff feels a strange pull, a whisper in his heart, calling him to something greater, something unknown. It's a new idea, a world unfolding before him, something no one else seems to see. The internet. This strange, vast, uncharted place that connects people, information, ideas. Every time he reads about it, every time he thinks about it, his heart beats a little faster. He feels the future in it, feels the possibilities. But it's risky, uncertain, with no promise of success. Wall Street is safe. It's a path that's already paved. But this dream, this vision, it's like staring out at an open ocean, not knowing what lies beyond. The more he thinks about it, the louder that whisper becomes, urging him to take a chance, to leave the safety of his stable life behind and dive into this wild new world. One evening, he shares his thoughts with his wife, Mackenzie, the one person who knows him best, who sees his dreams even when he can't. They sit at the kitchen table, the city lights twinkling outside, casting a soft glow over their small apartment. "Mackenzie," he begins, his voice quiet, almost hesitant. "I have this idea, this crazy idea. I want to start a business on the internet." She looks at him, her face calm, her eyes steady, listening. He explains his vision, the idea of an online bookstore, a place where people can find any book they want, no matter where they live. He talks about the potential of the internet, how it's growing, how it could change everything. The words spill out of him, his voice rising with excitement, his hands moving as he paints a picture of this new world. But as he speaks, he sees the risks, the sacrifices. They'd have to leave New York, leave their friends, their life. They'd be taking a huge chance, risking their savings, their future. "It's risky, Mackenzie," he says, his voice trembling slightly. "There's no guarantee it'll work. I could fail." She reaches across the table, taking his hand, her grip strong and reassuring. "Jeff," she says softly, "if this is your dream, if this is what you want, I'll stand by you, no matter what happens." Her words fill him with courage, with hope. In that moment he knows, this isn't just his dream, it's their dream. With her support, Jeff makes his decision. He'll leave Wall Street. He'll step away from stability, from safety, from everything he's built here. He'll take a leap into the unknown, following this vision that won't let him go. And so, with a mix of excitement and fear, he walks into his boss's office, hands in his resignation, and turns his back on the secure path. He and Mackenzie pack up their lives, say goodbye to friends, to the city they've come to love. They drive west, across the country, the open road stretching before them, as uncertain as the future itself. Jeff feels the thrill of freedom, the weight of risk, the excitement of possibility. This is it, the beginning of something new. They arrive in Seattle, a city brimming with promise, with the hum of the tech world. They find a small house, set up an office, in their garage. It's humble, it's small, but it's theirs. Jeff sits at a makeshift desk, his heart pounding with anticipation as he types the first lines of code, mapping out what will become Amazon. Every keystroke, every decision, every late night spent in that garage brings them closer to the dream. At first, it's just the two of them. Jeff makes calls, arranges for books, builds the website, while Mackenzie helps with the finances, keeping them steady. It's exhausting, overwhelming, exhilarating. Days blur together, each one a battle to keep going, to build something from nothing. Orders start to trickle in, and then, slowly, they grow. The dream that once seemed impossible begins to take shape, one book at a time. But it's not easy. There are moments of doubt, of fear, when Jeff wonders if he's made a terrible mistake. There are days when he's overwhelmed, when the weight of his choice feels too heavy to bear. But he looks at Mackenzie, sees the faith in her eyes, and he presses on. Failure is not an option. They've come too far, risked too much, believed too deeply. As Amazon grows, Jeff's vision expands. It's not just a bookstore anymore. It's a place where people can find anything they need, He starts dreaming bigger, thinking of new ways to reach people, new products, new possibilities. He's no longer just building a business. He's building a world, a future. The choice to leave Wall Street, to take this risk, to build Amazon, it becomes the choice of a lifetime, the decision that will change everything. Jeff stands in that small garage looking at the rows of books, the computers humming, the dreams swirling around him. This is only the beginning, he knows. The leap into the unknown was worth it. The risk, the fear, the sacrifices, they were all worth it. As he looks at Mackenzie, as they stand side by side in that tiny space, Jeff feels a surge of gratitude, of excitement, of hope. They're on this journey together, building something that will one day change the world. Chapter 8. The Garage Days. The garage is small, cluttered, and crowded with boxes. Yet to Jeff Bezos, it feels like the center of the universe. It's here, in this cramped space, that Amazon begins to take shape. He sits at a makeshift desk surrounded by stacks of books, computers, packing supplies, tools for the dream he's building with his own two hands. It's not glamorous. It's messy. It's chaotic. It's exhausting. But it's exhilarating. Jeff and his tiny team work tirelessly, barely stopping to rest. There are no easy days, no shortcuts. Orders come in, one by one, and each one is a small victory, a sign that their hard work is paying off. With every click of a purchase, Jeff's heart races. Each sale is a tiny step forward, a glimmer of hope that they're on the right path. Every order means another book to pack, another address to label, another chance to grow. In those early days, every single sale matters. Jeff watches the numbers, his eyes lighting up every time they hit a new milestone. 5 orders, then 10, then 20. It's slow, but it's real. Amazon is no longer just a dream. It's becoming a living, breathing thing. The garage fills with stacks of books, boxes piled high, ready to be sent across the country. It's a mess, and Jeff loves it. Every book packed is a step toward a future he can almost taste. Late into the night, Jeff is there, his hands working quickly, his mind sharp, his energy never faltering. His small team, friends, family, anyone willing to help, joins him in this endless cycle of packing, labeling, shipping. They work with laughter, with jokes, with tired smiles. There's a shared feeling of excitement, a spark of something big, something important. They're all in this together, all fighting for the same dream. The days blur together, each one a mix of excitement, hope, and pure exhaustion. They handle every detail, every task. Jeff's hands are stained with ink, his back aches, his eyes are tired, but he can't stop. He's driven, relentless. The vision of Amazon fuels him, a fire that keeps him going, pushing him through each challenge, each sleepless night. But the garage days aren't easy. There are setbacks, problems that seem impossible to solve. One day, a shipment is delayed, and Jeff feels panic rise in his chest. Will customers lose faith? Will they come back? But he doesn't have time to worry. He has to fix it, to find a solution. With every obstacle he learns, he adapts. He finds new ways to make things work, faster, better, more efficiently. Each problem is a lesson, a step forward, a chance to grow stronger. In moments of doubt, he looks around at the people who believe in him, who work beside him. His wife, Mackenzie, is there, steady and strong, keeping the finances in check, lifting his spirits when he feels the weight of the risk they've taken. She's his partner in this journey, a quiet strength that keeps him grounded. Together, they press on, each day a new challenge, a new triumph. Despite the long hours, the endless tasks, there's a thrill in the air. They're building something that could change the world. And even in the hardest moments, Jeff feels a surge of pride, of excitement. Each box they pack, each label they print, each book they send out, it's all part of a bigger picture, a vision he can't let go of. Amazon is growing, inch by inch, sale by sale, and with every step, Jeff's dream feels closer. One night, after a particularly long day, Jeff sits on the floor of the garage, surrounded by boxes, feeling the weight of exhaustion in his bones. He looks around at the piles of books, the computers humming, the team still working beside him, and he feels a strange mix of pride and disbelief. "We're really doing this," he whispers, a smile spreading across his face. It's messy, it's hard, but it's theirs. They're building something from nothing, creating a future with their own hands. Every person in that garage feels it, that electric sense of possibility. They're not just packing books, they're building a dream. And Jeff knows this is only the beginning. The journey ahead is long, the challenge is daunting, but he's ready. They're all ready. Together, they'll keep pushing, keep growing, keep believing. In that tiny garage, Amazon is born. And with every box packed, every book shipped, every new customer won, Jeff feels the future unfolding before him. A future he can almost touch. Chapter 9. The Weight of Doubt. The early days of Amazon are full of excitement, of growth, of moments that make Jeff's heart race with pride. But not every day is filled with triumph. There are moments of darkness, of doubt, of fear that gnaw at him, testing his strength. Some days, it feels like the weight of the whole world is on his shoulders, pressing down, daring him to give up. Whispers of doubt echo around him. Competitors pop up, bigger and more experienced companies ready to challenge Amazon, to take over the market Jeff has barely begun to build. The whispers grow louder, coming from people he respects, from critics, from investors. "It's too risky," they say. "It will never last," they predict. Every time he hears it, Jeff feels the sting. Is he doing the right thing? Can Amazon really survive, or is it destined to fall apart? The pressure builds as the company grows. Orders come in faster than his team can handle. Systems fail, deliveries are delayed, customers complain. Jeff works around the clock trying to fix every problem to keep Amazon moving forward. But the more he pushes, the heavier the weight feels. The sleepless nights, the constant stress, the endless tasks. They all add up, weighing on him, making each day feel like a battle. And yet, he's relentless. Every time doubt threatens to pull him down, he fights back. He remembers why he started Amazon in the first place. The vision, the dream of creating something that would change the way people live. He clings to that dream, using it to push through the hard days, to silence the doubts, to keep going, even when everything seems to be falling apart. But the doubts don't just come from outside. Jeff feels them within himself, creeping into his mind in the quiet moments, when he's alone in his office, staring at the endless to-do lists, the bills, the complaints. He questions his decisions, wonders if he's made a mistake, fears that he's taken on more than he can handle. There are nights when he lies awake, his mind racing, his heart heavy, wondering if he should just let go. Yet each time he feels himself slipping, he remembers the people who believe in him, the team that stood by him through every struggle. His wife, Mackenzie, always there, reminding him of his strength, of his vision, of his ability to create something extraordinary. His friends, his colleagues, his team, they believe in him, and that belief keeps him going. He can't let them down. He can't let himself down. Every setback becomes a lesson, every failure a chance to grow. Jeff learns to adapt, to change, to find new ways of doing things. He's constantly pushing, constantly evolving, always one step ahead of the doubts that chase him. It's exhausting, but he knows it's the only way forward. To make Amazon succeed, he has to be resilient. He has to be unbreakable. But even with his determination, the doubts never fully leave him. Each challenge feels heavier than the last. Each setback hits harder. Some days, the fear of failure feels overwhelming, a weight pressing on his heart, a shadow that follows him wherever he goes. Yet he holds on, clinging to the vision, to the belief that Amazon can be something extraordinary. He tells himself, over and over, this is just the beginning. We're building something amazing. In those dark moments, he reminds himself that he's not alone. Every entrepreneur, every pioneer has faced doubt, has struggled, has questioned themselves. It's part of the journey, a test of endurance, a battle that only the strongest can win. And Jeff knows he's strong enough. He has to be. He won't let the doubts win, won't let the fears stop him. He has a dream he believes in with every fiber of his being. And so he keeps pushing, keeps fighting, keeps building. Each day he rises to face the challenges, to silence the critics, to prove that Amazon is more than just a risky idea. It's a vision, a revolution, a force that's destined to change the world. The doubts may linger, but Jeff's resilience is stronger, his determination unshakable. He knows this journey is far from over, that the road ahead is still long and full of obstacles, but for now he's moving forward, inch by inch, step by step, building Amazon one day at a time. It's a test of heart, of mind, of spirit, a test few could pass. And with each new challenge, Jeff rises, stronger, more determined, ready to prove that Amazon and his vision are here to stay. Chapter 10, Beyond Books. As Amazon grows, so does Jeff's vision. What began as an online bookstore is now so much more. Jeff no longer sees Amazon as just a place to buy books. He sees a future where anything, everything can be bought online. The thought fills him with excitement, with ambition, with a thrill that fuels his every step. He's building more than a store. He's creating a world without limits, a marketplace for the future. Jeff pushes his team, challenges them to think bigger, to break new ground. What if we sold CDs? He asks one day, his eyes bright with ideas. The team looks at him, some nodding, others uncertain. Music? Online? It's a risk, a huge step beyond books. But Jeff doesn't hesitate. He knows that risks are part of the journey. They launch CDs, and the orders start coming in. Jeff feels the thrill, a sense of victory. He's proving to the world that Amazon is more than a bookstore, and this is only the beginning. With each new category, Jeff's vision expands. He adds movies, then electronics, then toys. Some days, it feels like Amazon is growing faster than they can handle. His team is stretched to the limit, working harder, moving faster, building a platform that's never been done before. The pressure is intense, the challenge is endless, but Jeff's determination never falters. We're creating something new, he tells his team, a fire in his voice. Something that will change the way people live. But with each bold move, the questions grow louder, the critics sharper. Why not stick to books, people ask. Why take on so much? Competitors watch his every move, ready to pounce on any misstep. Friends warn him, investors question him. But Jeff isn't fazed. He sees a future they can't, a world of endless possibilities. He believes that Amazon can become the place where people find anything they need, where they can discover, explore, buy, with just a few clicks. As Amazon adds more categories, Jeff feels the stakes rising. Each expansion is a risk, a leap into unknown territory. The company spends more, hires more, takes on more. Jeff knows the pressure is growing, that every decision counts, that failure could mean the end. But he can't stop, won't stop. Each new product, each new category is another piece of the puzzle, a step toward the world he envisions. The risks don't always pay off smoothly. Some ventures stumble, some products don't sell as expected. There are late nights, tense meetings, moments of doubt. Jeff feels the weight of each challenge, but he presses on. He learns from each mistake, adapts, evolves. For him, setbacks aren't roadblocks. They're lessons, chances to grow stronger, smarter, better. And then, the world begins to notice. Customers talk about Amazon, share it with friends, marvel at the variety, the convenience. It's not just a store anymore. It's a phenomenon, a place where people can find almost anything they need, from books to electronics, from toys to household items. Amazon's name spreads, and Jeff can feel the change. His dream is becoming reality, piece by piece, product by product. As the company grows, Jeff grows with it. He learns to lead, to make tough decisions, to stay calm in the face of challenges. Amazon isn't just changing the way people shop. It's changing Jeff himself, shaping him into a leader, a visionary, someone who sees not just what is, but what could be. He feels the excitement, the power, the responsibility, and he knows this journey is far from over. With each new category, each new risk, Jeff's vision for Amazon becomes clearer. It's not just a business, it's a revolution, a force that will reshape the world. And as he stands in his office, watching the orders come in, hearing the buzz of his team, he feels a surge of pride, of hope, of excitement for what's still to come. Amazon has gone beyond books, beyond expectations, and Jeff Bezos is just getting started. The world is watching, waiting, wondering what Amazon will do next. And Jeff, he's ready to show them. Chapter 11. The Cost of Ambition. Jeff Bezos has built Amazon into a powerhouse, a company that's changing the world. But this success, it hasn't come without a price. Long hours, sleepless nights, endless meetings. Day by day, the demands pile up, pulling him in every direction, tugging at his heart, his mind, his energy. And in the quiet moments, when the office lights dim and the world goes silent, Jeff begins to feel the weight of it all. He barely stops to rest, barely has time to breathe. Each day is packed with decisions, strategies, risks. His calendar fills faster than he can clear it, and he's always one step behind, always racing against time. He knows this pace can't last forever, but Amazon demands his full attention. It's his creation, his vision, his legacy, and he's willing to give everything to see it succeed. But outside the walls of Amazon, life goes on. There are moments he misses, quiet dinners with Mackenzie, weekends spent with family, simple, everyday joys that seem to slip further away with each passing day. His phone buzzes with reminders, with alerts, with messages from his team, from investors, from people who need his time, his mind, his decisions. And each time he looks at that screen, he feels a pang, a reminder of the sacrifices he's made to get here. One evening, Jeff comes home late, exhaustion weighing heavy on him. He finds Mackenzie waiting for him, a look of concern in her eyes. She's seen the toll this journey is taking on him. She understands his dreams, supports his vision, but she also sees the man behind the ambition, the husband who's growing more distant, more tired, more consumed by the drive to succeed. "Jeff," she says softly, "you're giving everything to Amazon, but what about us? What about you?" Her words cut through the fog of exhaustion, forcing him to pause, to think. He realizes in that moment just how much he's missed, how much he's sacrificed. Not just time, but connection, closeness, the simple moments that make life rich and full. The next day, as he drives to the office, her words linger in his mind. He looks out at the city, the buildings, the bustling streets, and he asks himself a question he's avoided for so long. What is the true cost of ambition? Is greatness worth the toll it takes on his personal life, his relationships, his health? Is he willing to pay that price? But even as he wrestles with these thoughts, he feels the pull of Amazon, the drive to build, to innovate, to push forward. His mind buzzes with ideas, with goals, with the next steps he needs to take. The ambition burns within him, fierce and relentless. He knows that Amazon is more than just a business. It's a revolution, a legacy. And he can't turn away from that. Not now, not when they're so close to achieving something incredible. The days continue, each one blending into the next, filled with meetings, decisions, problems to solve. And Jeff, always moving, always pushing, feels the toll growing heavier. He becomes a stranger to his own life, his focus narrowed, his vision laser sharp. He sees Amazon's future, but the present, the moments slipping by, seem to fade into the background. He starts to notice small things, a missed call from a friend, a text from family he forgot to answer. He realizes he can't remember the last time he had a real conversation, one that wasn't about Amazon, about work, about the next big thing. He begins to feel the loneliness, the isolation that comes with relentless ambition. And in those moments, he feels the weight of regret, a feeling he's tried so hard to ignore. One night, he sits alone in his office, the silence around him thick and heavy. The documents in front of him blur as he thinks about his life, about the choices he's made, the sacrifices he's endured. He wonders if he'll look back one day and see only missed moments, lost connections, the cost of his ambition laid bare. He realizes that greatness demands a toll, one that's sometimes painful, sometimes bitter. But even with this realization, Jeff knows he can't stop. Amazon is his life's work, his passion, his purpose. He believes in it with everything he has. And while the journey is difficult, while the sacrifices weigh on him, he chooses to press on, to keep building, to keep dreaming. Because for Jeff, the price of ambition is one he's willing to pay, even if it leaves him with moments of doubt, of loneliness, of regret. He's human after all, driven, focused, visionary, but human. And as he continues down this path, he learns to live with the weight, to carry it forward, knowing that each choice, each sacrifice, is part of the legacy he's building. He hopes in time he can find balance, that he can reconnect, rebuild, repair. But for now, he moves forward, his heart heavy but his mind determined. This journey isn't easy, but for Jeff, it's worth it. Amazon is worth it. And with that thought, he rises, ready to face the next day, the next challenge, the next step on this road of ambition. Chapter 12. A Legacy in the Stars. Jeff Bezos stands at the edge of a new beginning. He's achieved incredible success with Amazon, built something few thought possible. But now, his gaze turns back to the stars, back to the wonder that first filled his heart as a young boy, lying in the grass, dreaming of space, of exploration, of going beyond Earth. It's a dream he never let go of, one that has always lingered in his heart, calling him, whispering of distant worlds, of new frontiers. And now, with Blue Origin, that dream is within reach. He steps back from Amazon, allowing others to lead the company forward, while he sets his sights on a challenge that feels limitless. Blue Origin is more than a project. It's a vision, a journey into the unknown, a bold leap toward the stars. For Jeff, this isn't just about rockets or space travel. It's about creating a future where space isn't a distant place, but a frontier that anyone can reach. It's about building a path that will last for generations. The days of the garage and the grind of Amazon feel distant now, like memories from another life. Jeff stands before Blue Origin's towering rockets, their sleek forms reaching skyward, ready to carry humanity beyond the boundaries of Earth. Each rocket, each launch, is a testament to his vision, a step closer to making space accessible to all. He remembers those childhood nights, the stars above him, the feeling of endless possibility. Now, that feeling is real. The dream has become a plan, a mission, a legacy in the making. But the journey is far from easy. Space, it's an unforgiving frontier, a place of endless challenges. Every launch is a risk, every mission a test. People question him, wonder if this vision is just another wild dream. Why space? They ask. Isn't it enough to have conquered e-commerce? But Jeff knows this journey isn't about fame or fortune. It's about fulfilling a promise he made to himself, a promise to follow his heart, his dreams, wherever they might lead. He's here because he believes in a future that reaches beyond the limits of Earth. With Blue Origin, he imagines a world where millions live and work in space, where humanity extends its reach to new planets, new worlds. It sounds impossible, but Jeff has spent his life proving that the impossible is only the beginning. As he watches the rockets prepare for launch, he feels the same thrill he felt as a boy, the same rush of excitement, the same drive to go beyond. One quiet evening, standing at the launch site, he watches the stars glittering above him, feeling the vastness, the mystery, the beauty of space. He closes his eyes, letting the memories wash over him. The boy in Albuquerque, the dreamer at Princeton, the relentless leader of Amazon. Each stage, each step has brought him here, to this moment, to this dream that has never let go of him. And he knows this is his legacy, the mark he wants to leave on the world. Blue Origin's motto, Gradatum Ferociter, step by step, ferociously, captures Jeff's journey perfectly. Every achievement, every success has been hard-won, fought for with relentless determination. And now, he's taking those steps, one at a time, each launch, each mission, bringing humanity closer to the stars. He imagines a future where children, just like he once was, look up at the sky and know they too can reach it. A future where space isn't a dream, but a reality. As the first test flights launch, as rockets soar into the night sky, he watches with pride, with awe. This is his legacy. More than Amazon, more than business, it's a chance to build a future that stretches beyond borders, beyond boundaries, into the infinite. A future he hopes will inspire others, will ignite their own dreams, will make them believe that anything is possible. The journey isn't over. It's only just beginning. The boy from Albuquerque has become a pioneer on the world stage, a testament to the power of dreams and the courage it takes to follow them. Jeff Bezos' life, his story, his relentless pursuit of the unknown, reminds us all that sometimes the most extraordinary journeys begin with the simplest dreams. And as he stands beneath the stars, watching his rockets climb toward them, he knows he's exactly where he's meant to be. The legacy isn't in the riches or the power. It's in the journey, in the dream, in the stars that once called to him, and now, thanks to him, call to all of us.